What's up guys, and welcome once again to another video. In this week's video, we're just going to be breaking down the top 3 accessories that you must have for your Osmo Pocket in 2020. Now, I did make an actual accessories list for the Osmo Pocket when I first purchased it. This is a way older video. In this video, we're going to have some updated items, and I will go through each and every one of them and tell you why I updated some of the ones that I mentioned on the previous video. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into it and go into the very first one. All right, so let's go ahead and jump onto the first item. Now, on my previous video, I mentioned this item and I still think it holds true today, what I've said on that video. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket Wireless Module. So this is basically like a little base that you set your Osmo Pocket, and you are able to connect wirelessly from your phone. This has so many advantages, and one is that you can control your Osmo Pocket from your phone if you want to create some sort of a time lapse, or if you want to make any sort of like camera movements, any pannings. With the wireless module, it's going to be probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Besides, it's pretty awesome. It also works as a base for your Osmo Pocket, so you know that it's not going to tilt over. Sometimes without the base, if you just kind of set it on a normal surface, sometimes it feels like it's not 100% secure, and that at any point it could tilt over and fall. Once you have it on this base, you can definitely feel a lot more confident in leaving your Osmo Pocket in any sort of flat surface, knowing that it's not going to tilt over. And that's one of the main cool things about it. Also is USB Type-C, which charges your electronics a lot faster. And I think this is overall still one of the best accessories that you can get for your DJI Osmo Pocket in 2020. Like I said, as of right now, this product, it's on Amazon and you can buy this right now. It's about $58 US. I will leave all the links to all these products in the description below, so you can go ahead and check them out if you are curious into buying one of these items. So the DJI wireless module for me is probably the most important accessory to still own in 2020. Okay, let's move on to the second one. All right, so the second most important accessory for you to own in 2020 for your DJI Osmo Pocket is the Wideangle Lens. Now, this lens has been out for a while, but only recently they actually made a software update so you can actually turn on and off your Osmo Pocket without having to remove the Wideangle lens. If you haven't seen, I actually made a video specifically about the Wideangle lens fixed. If you haven't seen it, I will link this video right here. It's really awesome video. It gives you a lot of other insight information about the most recent update. So it's right there if you want to watch it. As far as the Wideangle lens and what do I think about it, I think it's a lot of awesome. For people that like to blog, I like to blog all the time. And believe it or not, it's getting a little bit harder and harder to carry these big cameras like the one that I am filming on right now, which is a Canon 60D. Now I even have the switch pod, and even with my 60D on there, it's still a little bit heavy to hold, although it's a lot better than with the Gorilla Pod, that's for sure. But that's with this angle lens comes into play. And now if you can blog with something this small and not even have to hold your arm out as much as before, well, that's definitely a win-win for me. This wide angle lens is awesome. It also gives you obviously a wider field of view, so you don't need to hold your arm out so much in order for you to, you know, feel like in the center of your picture. So this wide angle lens for 2020, I definitely think it's one of the most important accessories to own for your Osmo Pocket, especially since they released that very last update in December, where it actually fixes the glitch that it had before. You couldn't turn on your Osmo Pocket with the wide angle lens on, but now with this software update, you are able to turn on your Osmo Pocket without having to remove every single time your wide angle lens. And this particular one that I got is by a company which I am not going to try to pronounce, but I believe it's $15. And I also mentioned that on my previous video. So this is a $15 wide angle lens. I know that Polar Pro has a really awesome wide angle lens. Theirs is a little bit more expensive. It's like $35. That one you can also turn it on and off without having any sort of glitch happen to your DJI Osmo Pocket. So yeah, the wide angle lens, guys, it's really awesome. I really recommend it. And if you don't have one, it's definitely an awesome tool to have if you are an Osmo Pocket enthusiast like myself. So yep, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and move to the last and final accessory that you must own. For that one, I'm gonna have to get this. Oh. Okay, that took a while. All right, guys, so this very last accessory, and this is probably a very hard, I guess, accessory to I guess, how do I say this? I guess this is a very hard accessory for me to recommend to other people, but I think this is the best thing that has come close to anything holding on your Osmo Pocket. So this very last accessory is just a simple holder. So you can stick your DJI Osmo Pocket in here, and just like that, it can be secure, and you can mount it onto a tripod or onto your switch pod like the way that I use it. Now, the reason why this kind of feels weird for me is because I actually broke 2 Osmo Pockets because of this reason. In one of my way earlier videos, if you want to see that very old video, I will link it up here. It's the day that I actually dropped my Osmo Pocket because I didn't have an accessory like this. So for me, this is a very important accessory. Now, as far as the other two, I believe everyone should have the other 2 accessories. But as far as this third one, this is more of a personal one for me, because in the past, like I said, I have dropped my Osmo Pocket. That really hurts. If you watch that old video, you'll see that I recommend something very similar to this one, but it was very shady. At the very end of the video, I discussed how I probably would not recommend that type of Osmo Pocket adapter because it did slide off twice, and it broke my little gimbal on my Osmo Pocket. So as far as for this one, this is a little attachment that comes with the little GoPro attachments. So you can wear this at any sort of GoPro attachment that you own, either in your head or in your chest, or any sort of on your bike or anywhere that you can attach the GoPro. This thing is also comes with the GoPro attachment, so you can attach it anywhere. It also comes with the hole on the bottom, so you can screw onto your tripod. So that's very awesome. It is a quarter mount, so in any sort of tripod that you have or gorilla pod, this should work. This is actually mounted onto my switch pod, and if I want to get that extra arm length and get that wide, super wide field of view, I usually throw my Osmo Pocket on my switch pod with this wide angle lens on, and it's really awesome view. So as far as for me, I truly recommend one of these just so you can be 100% safe and not feel like your Osmo Pocket is going to slip out at any point while you are blogging. So this is definitely a very awesome accessory that I use a lot today, because now I feel more confident in holding it out and going like this without it falling over. So, all right guys, this is today's video. If you found anything on today's video useful, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot, the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you like these 3 little accessories that everyone that owns an Osmo Pocket must have in 2020. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That is completely and absolutely free, and that is right down here. Please turn on the notification bells so you can get notified when I upload newer videos. And until next time guys, peace.